Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Highlights and Insights, where we are bringing back 6 interviews from Coach Connect, Who of the Hour, and we'll bring the spotlight to the highlights of our conversation with a featured change agent. I am Coach Dean, and I'll be one of your hosts for today. We are now on the sixth, our final video.
Yes, so for those of you joining us for the first time, we are certified life coaches from the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, and we're running a series of Coach Connect, Who of the Hour, as community service to our coaches in the tribe. It is our heart to provide support to our community, starting with our coaches through the platform of online connection. I am Coach Rizal, and I am excited to be part of this edition of Highlights and Insights. Do share this video so other people can be blessed.
And the Who of the Hour is an initiative to know what is the present situation of our change agents. How is the coach responding and the outcome presently experienced based on the said response. To echo what our master coach said, it is impossible to control every situation and its outcome, but it is possible to control your attitude and how you respond to it. I am Coach Sean, and it's a privilege to learn from the highlights of featured stories for today and earn wisdom and insights of our fellow coaches over the historical COVID-19 global pandemic.
We are encouraging everyone to participate and share your takeaway from the highlights and your action items from the insights that you will gain as we roll back the stream of the interview.
Yes, so be part of the history. Comment, share, and circulate in your groups and pages this video, and let's help bring inspiration and motivation to many.
So, for those of you watching and in need of coaching services, of course, we offer 24/7 coaching on demand service. Just give us a call at 0917-586-1661, or you can message us at Facebook, at Live Coach Philippines Facebook. So, to proceed with our last, the Who of the Hour today. We're going to talk about, or we're going to share to you clips from Coach Mao Tolentino to share the highlights of her Who of the Hour. And with that, we're playing the first clip.
Home kasi is not my comfort zone. So whenever I'm home, I'm really home. But now it's different because you have a situation outside, and then you'll be watching news, reading the news feed in your Facebook, in Twitter. So it's, somehow it's frustrating. But then we have to cope with it.
Yeah.
Diba?
Technically,
So, Coach Mo talk about being a homebody, and for her, home is home. But what is really a home? So, ngayon kung may COVID-19, is it really a home for everyone? Kasi madalas, di ba, usually when we go home, we just see it as a place where we sleep, we eat, and then we go out again.
Yeah, yun lang yung cycle eh. You go home, you eat, you go to sleep, or sometimes may work pa, you work at home, then you sleep, then you go, you wake up, kumain, then it's a circle, yun lang yung circle. I think this is a better opportune time for everyone to think about what is really a home.
Yeah, kaya nga sinasabi ni Master Coach na Kendra, is it a shelter or a home of refuge?
Yes.
Oo nga, no? Sinabi yun ni Master Coach Kendra nung interview niya na a home should be a place of refuge.
Yeah, where you can be safe, diba? Because you can be yourself. Yeah, the beautiful thing about having a home where the entire family is together intact. Okay, next clip, please.
Know how to deal with them. I know how to, lahat ng questions nila I can answer, and they are independent kasi so they do things on their own. When they ask questions, that means hindi talaga nila naintindihan. So yun, and then we have a lot of talks, and they do a lot of things. They're watching like sa phone nila, and they are not into social media. So I'm very thankful that they are not into Facebook, they are not into Twitter or Instagram. They are very, ano lang, yung, basta sa school lang, ganun.
Yep.
Academics, nakafocus, no?
And reading, ganyan lang. Nagbabasa lang sa phone, they are watching. Yun lang yung anime, kasi nga they love anime. So, there.
The beautiful thing about what she said is yung mga anak niya nga is not really into social media. The more of the things that they utilize yung gadgets nila is really through reading and learning more things in life rather than yung nga flooding themselves with a lot of information. Very intentional.
Yun din kasi yung role niya as a mom. Parang napakita niya sa mga bata na kasi sabi niya nung una, she loves to learn. So, nakikita talaga ng mga bata na mahilig siyang magbasa. I think, totoo naman yun. Mirroring nga whatever you do, the child mirrors it. Kasi, ako, mahilig talaga ako magbasa ng libro. Madami talaga akong books. And yung daughter namin is, mahilig din sa books. So, nagbabasa talaga siya. Yung bunso, mahilig manood kasi siya po yun. Dati kasi, mahilig talaga siya manood. He was never, he was never fond of reading. Ngayon na lang talaga siya nagbabasa.
Ako, experiential But I think that's the beauty of it, di ba? In changing times, if you see that there's a need for you to shift and change the way you do things, if it's not working for you, then change it. It doesn't matter what other people say as long as you're learning, you're growing, and you're able to help your family members, ako especially sa akin, change ako because of my kids. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Change, you can always do that as long as you put your mind into it.
Yeah.
Okay, next clip, please.
Huwag mo na lang intindihin yung mga negative things outside. Kasi nga, we cannot do something about it anymore. It's here. So all we have to do is just be positive and the mind shift. No, siguro yun yung pinakamagandang gawin natin. We have to shift our minds, our thoughts. Like, for example, if you're thinking about, I'm stuck at home, so what are you gonna do with it? You have to mind shift. Siguro isipin na lang natin na, I gotta be safe in my home, I'm gonna spend time with my family and all. Or if you are thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna run out of items anymore, I don't have food and all. So you just have to mind shift it to like, I will use my items wisely. I'm gonna use whatever it is right now available, and then if there's a help from the government, then very, very thank you. If none, then I will do something about it. Mga ganun lang. It's a mind shift. No? It's a total control of your mental awareness. You know what? Honestly, I appreciate more now the teaching of Coach A about mental health awareness because as I read more and more about it, I appreciate it. And there's a science behind it, actually. So,
Totoo. Ang pinaka-maganda na learning na kuha din natin sa mental resiliency, at least na-prepare tayo before this event happened in such as, nag-stretch kasi ilang days. So, thank you, Master Coach A, for all that you provide for the tribe and for the community and for the people who will be needing some help. So, mental resiliency is sa mga bagay na very important when it comes to mental fitness, mental health, and taking care of anything about mental health. No? So, mental resiliency is really to allow your self or your mindset or your focus to the things that you want to see or to the things that you want to do because these are the outcomes that you want to achieve. So, habang dumadami yung magiging tawag natin dito, hindrances to that mental resiliency, all the more tumatapang din yung pag-a-adjust because of that focus. What do you really want to achieve? What is the picture of the outcome after going through a certain crisis or a certain hardship? So mental resiliency is really a strengthening of your focus and what you want to become after the process.
Yeah, ganda. Mind shift talaga.
I want, yung emphasis dun is mind shift eh. Parang parehas lang siya ng ginagawa nating perspective, changing perspective.
Okay, next slide, please.
The outcome that I'd like to see after this, community quarantine. Personally, siguro ako mas magiging approachable, I don't know, maybe this particular thing na nangyayari sa atin ngayon, it has reasons, no? Ang dami niyang dahilan. And totoo na din naman yung mga nababasa din natin sa social
Yeah.
media that before, diba, na parang God wants us to, to realize something and all.
Mm-mm.
Siguro ako, gusto ko lang, maging intact pa yung mga tao sa family nila.
Yeah.
Why? Kasi, Coach Ten and Coach Sean, if
Mm-mm.
you will, if you will just think about it deeply, kasi na-realize ko nung last night, no, in my prayer time,
Mm-mm.
yung mga suicidal kasi before, ano ba yung, may common denominator kasi yan eh, di ba?
Mm-mm.
The family don't have time for them, di ba? The parents don't have time for them, parang they are unloved, they are unappreciated, ganyan. So, yung nangyayari ngayon, mas feeling ko mas kukonti yung mga mas alam mo yung malilimitahan no yung mga ganyang mga pangyayari because we are in one home, diba, alam mo na nakakasama mo yung family mo and all. So I think yung magiging outcome nito is that we will have a very very strong family ties, and then we'll have a very very strong community, a strong government, and then a strong people. We are actually strong, but we will be more stronger than before after this quarantine.
It's more of really going back to connecting with your family members.
Yeah.
Strong family ties. Yun talaga yung, kahit kami, yun yung nakikita namin magandang outcome ng COVID-19 after the lockdown. Kasi it brings back the communication eh. As Master Coach Ken just said, it's more of healing relationship. This is the time that where relationships are being healed. And tama nga dun si Coach Mao, if we can bring back that communication, we are able to appreciate our family members, especially our kids in this time. Mababawasan yung number ng depression, ng suicide. It will really have that effect.
Yeah. Kailangan talaga ng really the value of family, especially the parents. I think yun yung one of the things that Coach Mao is emphasizing, the value of the parents and how the parents sees their children and how they see themselves as well. Kasi the greatest influence talaga is the parents.
Yeah.
And if we continue to create a environment where our children can freely express themselves without being judged or rejected, especially yung mga emotions and feeling, I think the world will be a better place. So, for the people who's watching, especially for the parents, really think about it. I mean, we have a stressor at the workplace. Why add more stress at home? If you can give the power back to your children and do coaching for them, because that's what they want and not what we want for them. I mean, all parents, we love our children, di ba? Pero focus talaga doon, anong gusto ng mga bata. And let's continue to support them. Kasi yun naman yung role natin is to bring them closer to us and not away from us. Okay, next clip.
Grabe. So the mental health really, siguro I just wanna share lang, no, if
Yep.
I still have more time.
Yeah, go lang, Coach.
If you notice, those people who survived COVID-19, they have also a common denominator, why they survived. And all of them will say or said that it's because I am focused. I just, thinking happy thoughts, clear ko lang yung mind ko. And I think that's the best thing that they can do.
Mm-mm.
Di ba? Focus on something good. Di ba? Instead of ikaw, iniisip mo na mamamatay ka na, di ba?
Yeah.
Because of this COVID-19, no. and that common denominator of them. Kasi pag binasa mo silang lahat, why they survive is because they focus on happy thoughts. They focus on good thoughts. They do not entertain anything except from having a great mind or a good mind. So I think that mental awareness is really something that we need to share to more and more people. Kasi may science behind that. And I think Coach
Yeah.
A knows it. Kaya yun. So just keep on doing what you're doing, guys. And I hope that I was able to contribute some, no,
You're
good things.
already
We feel her emotions during
That interview.
Hello, coaches! Coach A! Hello,
Hello,
Coach
Coach
A!
A.
Oh,
Pero surviving COVID, tama siya doon. If you're familiar with Viktor Frankl's
Man's search for meaning.
kaya nag-survive yung mga tao in the concentration camp, yung Nazi war.
Kasi,
Kasi
sa Auschwitz.
they have something that they look forward to. Binabalikan nila yung mga happy memories and naglagay sila ng purpose na pag nakalabas ako, gusto ko makita family ko, gusto ko makita yung ganito. So nagkaroon sila ng
Hope.
ng hope. Ang writer kasi nun is si
Viktor
Frankl. And he's a psychologist ba or psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist ata siya.
Oo, I forgot kung psychiatrist or psychologist. Yun yung nakita niya, when man daw still has hope, it makes him survive. Kasi pag-iisipin mo nga naman, it was a concentration camp, para ka din naka-lockdown.
Well, hindi ka makagalaw.
Hindi ka at least tayo nakakagalaw sa bahay, sila talaga hindi.
Walang freedom. Like, everything that you do is being counted, being observed, na kung ano daw pwede mong gawin, hindi mo pwedeng gawin. And even the names of the people
wala silang
there, there's no name, number lang.
Number lang.
Pagka talaga ng buong identity mo, pati damit mo, wala. Kasi ka talaga, you're nothing there, you're nothing. So yun nga, the way for you to keep yourself sane is to really just have a grasp of that hope, a glimpse of hope. Even that small hope would make you survive anything. So, yun po.
So thank you, Coach Mao, for allowing us to listen, and to receive your message of hope. Ang sabi nga niya, all the more. And she is like appreciating what we're doing in making sure that we are able to respond in hope.
Yes.
And something that, we need to look forward to.
Next clip, please.
Mornings. Ay may question si Coach Mao. Si Coach A. Coach Mao, what is the most powerful realization you have during this challenging time? What is the most powerful realization you have during this challenging time?
The most powerful realization I have in this challenging times is that life is too short. No, life is really too short.
Yeah.
To deal with, negativity, to deal with unimportant things, to deal with, people who are not important, yung mga, what do you call this, unnecessary bashing, the garbage and all. So
Crash.
life is too short. Yeah, we really have to be, proactive in sharing the good news, instead of sharing the bad ones. So, and of course, since life is too short, you have to spend it with the people you love, and that is your family. Sabi nga, di ba, family is forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think, aside from my own family, I have an extended family
Yeah.
in the in the coaching hub, in my Hope and Inspire movement family, my Kayani family. So I have that extension, a big extension, and I am very, very happy that I was able to connect with you guys, because you are making really a big impact to this to this world. So let's just keep up the good work. And Coach A, life is too short, so let the love flows.
Let the love
and
flow.
too short.
Life's too short. Let the love flow. Yun din yan, yung mga garbage nga, yung mga trash talking minsan. Hindi naman kailangan talaga. And for those people who's experiencing that kind of situation, I mean, hindi mo naman kailangan i-tolerate eh. You can just shrug it off and just, kung hindi naman that relationship is not serving you, why bother, di ba? Ganun mo na lang siya para you can move forward.
May ano talaga, no? Aside from madami tayong narinig na mga realization, two
Yes.
beautiful realizations during this crisis. As far as yung message ni Coach Mao is concerned, it's really, yung mga ganitong crisis would really take us to that space of seeing life again in a different lens.
Yep.
Yeah. And you just valuing what you have. Really, that's it. And I like to commend Coach Mao for her vulnerability in showing that
Yes,
side.
thank you, Coach Mao.
I think yun talaga yung alam mo yun, na yung puso talaga na it's showing really crying out also na meron na talaga challenges kaya tulungan. And yun, Coach Mao, thank you for trusting us, trusting the tribe to support you. And we're always gonna be here for you to support you. At yan po, our next clip.
Situation, but whatever your heart is, you're thinking, you just have to have a healthy mindset. And if you are feeling like the negativity is eating you already, mind shift it. Now try to mind shift, and then you watch great movies, good, like this one, you know, good trainings online. So be positive always. And the best thing that we can do for now is to trust God, of course, trust
Yes.
our government, trust each other, and trust our family. So there you go. Thank you.
Ayun.
Yung significant talaga dun is really trusting the family. Yung talaga trust.
Balik ka sa family and the mind shift. Yun talaga yun. Kasi ikaw din kasi magdadala ng emotions and ng energy dun sa family. Importante din talaga na you know how to respond, how you see things. Because pag family ka kasi, especially when you have kids, you will always mirror, your kids will always mirror your emotions, your thinking, your behavior.
Yeah, so kung titignan mo, isa sa message ni Coach Mao is going back to the basic and appreciating those things that really matters.
Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing naman sabi ng mga coaches na, what really matters most is, yun talaga yung family. That, yun ka, return to inside. What's really more important to you? Is it really the money that you put into the table, or the money that you get from work, or really the relationship that you build at home, with your children, with your spouse, with your parents? Ano ba talaga yung most valuable sa'yo? And something to think about, right? Ano naman yan it needs to be harmonious ba?
Balance.
It needs to be harmonious na lahat, everything works together, wala siyang stressor masyado or de-stress masyado, and you would just enjoy the now, hindi na the future, the now moments of what's happening in life. So any final words, Coach Tin?
Whatever situation you are in, of course, life is always a risk. There's always stressors. Kasi imposible din naman na maging perfect. But knowing how to handle yourself and your responses would always help. If you don't know how, talk to us.
Yeah, Coach Lee.
Yun, so yung na-learn ko talaga ng bonggang-bongga for the past 6 videos for today is really knowing what matters to you and start doing it.
Yeah. And for me, the biggest thing talaga, home is family and family is home. So if you just focus on that, create that environment that you want for your kids, for your spouse, and your parents as well. I mean, life can be so beautiful. So just focus on what's important and what's relevant to you, and the power is always going to be in you. So put that power out and let the people see that so that they can be empowered as well. So from us, this is the last episode of Coach Connect Highlights and Insights. We're thankful for everyone who joined us for the past 6 hours. We enjoyed our time. We're looking forward for tonight as well. Meron po uli kami at 10 p.m. We start at 10 p.m. And for those people at home, thank you very much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. And we would like to thank our tech team. We have some people in the background who's helping us, navigate all of the things that you're seeing, nag-change, yung mga ganyan. And we would like to thank Ishi. Ayan po si Ishi, andyan po lang siya. And Coach Bill. Andyan lang si Coach Bill. Ayaw na magpakita.
Ba't ayaw mo magpakita?
Pakita natin. Yan po si Coach Bill, who's our tech team. And from us, I am Coach Sean.
And I am Coach Rizal.
I'm Coach T.
And I'm Coach Bill.
We're signing off for today. And with that, bye-bye, love, bye.